Welcome back to Bibliophiles Audiophiles. It's been a minute since I've said that out loud.
Yeah, I know, right? There's just been so much going on
I
with like
know.
book fest. Well, for me, it's like the book fest and then traveling and then getting married and then the holidays
I know.
that
It's been a lot.
there's just like no time. So,
That I've got bronchitis for the second time in like 3 months, so this has been really fun for me.
oh yeah, and then like sicknesses.
Yeah, it's been rough. And then my
Like
kids were out of school for 3 weeks, so like thank God they're back today. This is the first day back. Woohoo!
and then like I've been married for a month and we've already gotten sick like 3 times
I know.
collectively.
You gotta love the fall.
It's not even fall, it's
It's
winter,
winter.
babe.
Yeah, I gotta love the winter. Look, I have a migraine. I've had a migraine since yesterday. Don't judge me.
Been a minute, so bear with us with this book that we're
Mhm.
about to talk about because we read it back in September and right
Yeah.
now it is January.
It's the beginning of January. Okay, so we decided that we're going to do a spin wheel after the ABC challenge. This is the first book that we decided on using the spin wheel, and it was The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. It is not available on Kindle Unlimited. It is available on Spotify. If you don't have either of those, it is available. The Kindle version on Amazon is $8.99. Description's a little bit confusing on Storygraph, but I'm just going to read it the way it says it. Every day the same. Rachel takes the same commuter train every morning and night. Every day she rattles down the track, flashes past a stretch of cozy suburban homes, and stops at the signal that allows her to daily watch the same couple breakfasting on their deck. She's even started to feel like she knows them. Jess and Jason, she calls them. Their life, as she sees it, is perfect, not unlike the life she recently lost. Until today. And then she sees something shocking. It's only a minute until the train moves on, but it's enough. Now everything's changed. Unable to keep it to herself, Rachel goes to the police. But is she really as unreliable as they say? Soon she is deeply entangled not only in the investigation, but in the lives of everyone involved. Has she done more harm than good? Content warnings: alcoholism, murder, domestic abuse, child death, infertility, emotional abuse, abortion, vomit, and pregnancy.
Wow, so bright and cheery.
It is. This was such a happy book. I was looking, on
Yes.
Storygraph where it'll ask you some questions and then it'll have like a percentage bar underneath it. And then
Yeah.
one of the questions is flaws of characters a main focus of the book? And 89% of the people who read this said yes. And that's like the biggest blue bar I've seen on the flaws of characters.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's literally what it is. This entire book, everyone is just pretty much just dogging on the main character.
Yeah. That's like yeah, everyone's like on her and it's just like if you guys would like not do that, maybe it should be better.
Yeah.
Anyways, in terms of ratings, the average rating on Storygraph is a 3.74. This 5-star review though says, "Whoa, I couldn't put this book down." I will say though that I kind of agree with that in a way.
Mhm.
This person said, "Great book. This is 5-star. Picked it up this afternoon and finished it before midnight. Kept me engaged and curious. Didn't see the direction it was going in, coming in at all." This 1-star says this was actually terrible.
Ooh.
Yeah, this 2-star though says quite surprised and disappointed that I didn't like this one. The hype piqued my interest, but the book itself did little to hold my attention, unfortunately. There's
Mm.
more, but I'm just going to leave it at that. On Goodreads, the average rating is a 3.96. Okay, so this one says this is a 1-star, says two stories slowly taking place at points in time that are incomprehensibly far apart. So many phone calls, so many text messages, so much lurking, so many train rides, so many police interviews, so many confrontations with the same people, and nothing ever changes. So many addresses, so many dreams and nightmares, and blacked out shreds of memory, so many days, all the same, morning and night, all like over and over again, are boring to read.
Mhm.
And a 5-star from there. I love this book and I'm quite picky. There was a nerve throughout the story that made me read on even when I should be doing something else. I had an inkling how it all would end and was pleased, not irritated for being right. A lot of psychology, which I also loved. Be prepared for many hours of pure pleasure.
Nice.
And then on Amazon, the average rating is a 4.1, 1 star. I found this book to be boring, tedious, and annoying. I got 17% of the way through it and couldn't stand it anymore.
Dang,
And
they
a
seem pretty rough.
little bit, just a little bit. Okay, this 5-star says, read this in a day and could not put it down. And then this 5-star says, looks like a very neat book, but have not read it. What the Well, what are you rating this for?
Well, wait, hold on. They rated it and said they
Yes.
haven't read it in the review?
Yes.
Who does? Are they a serial killer? I'm scared.
Apparently.
What?
Gordo, please. How about this? 5 star says this was a good read. Its target audience would be women who have gone through some things with men that reminded me of my childhood growing up with my mom and her abusive on again, off again boyfriend. It's a cautionary tale, and this was very hard to put down. I like that review. That's a good review.
That's a good one. Yeah, not miss. I haven't read
It's
it yet, but it looks interesting. 1 star.
solid. Solid. And like it gives you like, oh, like this is like who should be reading this and like who would
Yeah.
probably be interested in it. I like that. Good job. I forgot your name because I already X'd out of the
Good job,
thing.
reviewer. If that was your review, let us know. You did great.
You fantastic. All right. Now time for our very lovely, very great friend, not Jerry.
Nope, not that one. He was before. He was. We need to start introducing him. Be like, welcome back to Bibliophiles Audio Files. That was Jerry. Because I feel bad because we never like
That was
introduced him.
Jerry. No, our good
Jerry's
friend
the one that did our
Jerry.
intro slash outro music. He's our
He
music man.
is. All right, James.
There's some spoilers coming up, sweetie. You better cover your ears.
How did you feel about the voice actor? Did you
Girl,
make a
I'm gonna be
note?
for real. I did
Don't
not make a
remember it.
note about that.
Oh, that's like my
I
first
don't
note
remember
was
it either.
I really liked the voice. I didn't love it, but I really liked the voice actor. I feel like she did a really good job. Like especially like when it was different emotions. I feel like she did a really good job.
I'm gonna take your word for it because I really don't remember.
It was well, actually, there was three narrators. That's right. I remember it was kind of weird because honestly, I couldn't tell who was who when, but like I don't know the narrators personally, so I guess that would be impossible. But I think all three of them did really good. It was India Fisher, Claire Corbett, and Louise Braley. Braley.
I think I do remember there being like 3 different
Yeah.
narrators, but it was, yeah, I think it was kind of hard to distinguish,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't particularly like in books when it's like hard to distinguish between different
Yes.
perspectives because that makes it a little bit harder to follow along.
See, I didn't even realize there was three narrators until I went to Market is Finished on Storygraph, and then it
Mhm.
says like Paula Hawkins, and then with the three narrators. I'm like, that's crazy. Then I went back and listened to a little bit of it, and like it's very hard to tell the difference because they all sound so similar to me.
Well, my first note is that, and this is before like we get deep dived into like
Hmm.
the whole thing, because I will admit, like one of those reviews said that it was very slow, and I agree, it was very slow to get into like
Yes.
everything. But my first thought with like Rachel being, which me was assuming that Rachel was a normal human being
Hmm.
who was bitter about her husband cheating on her and leaving her.
Hmm.
My first note was if I were Rachel, I'd be petty and say all the, the you must be so happy you took my life away to
Yeah.
like what's her name? Anna, like all the
Anna. Yeah.
time.
Tom
Like
and Anna. Yeah.
I mean I wouldn't really, but like if
You'd
that were the
want to.
case, like
Yeah.
I'd want to. Because I mean she was pretty bitter about it and I don't blame her.
Yeah, see, I like I think it does talk about that in the beginning of the book, but then later it's like Tom and Anna, which is the mistress, like he divorced Rachel. Tom divorced Rachel for Anna, and then Tom and Anna got married, but continued to live in the house that Rachel and Tom lived in. Like,
Yes,
if
I wrote that
I
down.
literally, if I cheated on somebody, I would not stay in the house that we have memories in. I would want a fresh start. Like that is just not that I'm going to do that, but like that's just
Right.
weird to do
That
that.
that's what I wrote. I'm like, why would you move into the crazy ex-wife's house?
Yes.
Like, I mean, first of all, she's crazy. Second of all, like that to me, like yeah, again, you want the fresh start. You wouldn't want like your husband like looking at all these like memories that he's made with ex-wife.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
mean,
which
maybe I can understand it from a financial standpoint, but
I think at one
like,
point Anna did mention like a couple times like I wish we could move because I'm not comfortable here, but we already own it. Like Tom owns it. We're already here. Might as well stay. And
well,
I'm like,
also
girl, push that perspective. No,
Well, also, like, you got to think about it. Like, I don't remember how long Tom and Rachel were married,
I don't
but
know.
like, she knows the house.
Hmm.
And with her being crazy, and there's like that one time where she broke into their house and took their baby and took the baby outside.
Yes.
Like, she knows the layout of the house, so she knows where everything is.
Yeah.
So, why would you want to live in a place like that, especially after she does that? Like, why isn't that your first thing
Why
being like, let's
exactly? Why
move?
would you? Yeah, why would you? Even as a man, I feel like men are kind of stupid. If there's any listening, no offense, Jerry. Uh, but no, like if you have this bad thing happen to your current wife and child, and you're immediately like, oh no, it's she's eccentric. Like it's okay. She's fine. Like she didn't actually hurt the baby. She just kidnapped her a little bit. Like that seems like you would want to leave right there.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Also, with her being like crazy, kind of
Mhm.
in a way, I don't remember whose perspective it was. It might have been Megan's actually, because it was talking about like the whole psychiatrist thing, and whoever it was whose perspective it was followed the psychiatrist to the house. I
That
wouldn't,
could
it made me
either be
realize
Megan or Rachel, because Megan was having an affair with the psychiatrist, right?
I don't think she was. It was speculated, but she wasn't.
Okay, okay.
But she was having an affair.
Just not with him.
Not with him, but like I wouldn't want to be a psychiatrist because like you could be like doctoring some pretty big nut jobs, and
Mhm.
that, like, with that in mind, like, remember like how we read Never Lie and how
Boiler's coming up, sweetie.
Yes.
Adrian had those patients and they like
Mhm.
followed her to her house and like killed
Mhm.
her pretty much. It's the same thing. Oh, that's a spoiler, by the way, if you didn't listen to that episode or read that book. But
Hey, you should go read the book.
yeah,
Never Lie by Freida McFadden.
yeah, it was really good book, five
It was
stars.
5 stars. Highly
Yeah,
recommend.
but I wouldn't want to be a psychiatrist because, like, what if like I have a really nut job patient that's like obsessed with me and like follows me to my home
Mhm.
like that? I couldn't. Like, I'd have to live far, far away if I were to do that.
That's where driving an hour to 2 to work doesn't seem that bad because
No, not
it's
at all.
safe, you know?
That's where you live in a gated community.
Mhm. At first, I thought the girl on the train, like Rachel, imagining the people's lives was like really strange until later, whenever it talked about how empty her life is, like how she's renting a room from some girl that I know, that not that I know, that she knew. And then she was just an alcoholic and she was pretty much like reaching rock bottom before she actually got there. Like she could feel like, okay, well, I feel so depressed because she lost her job and she didn't want to tell the girl she was living with. So she just kept riding the train every day
Yeah.
to make it seem like she was working. And I'm like, that's crazy behavior because what's going to happen when it's time for you to pay rent?
No, exactly. I mean, maybe she had some savings, or maybe because like
She ended up
Tom
asking her
still
mom
really,
for help, I know
or
that.
that, or like Tom really cared for her, so he probably would have maybe helped if she asked, or just to
Yeah,
kind of like keep her off his back. Which is
yeah,
one thing I did right, is like with Tom still really caring for Rachel the way he does, and maybe it's because they like all like, said she was like mentally ill, crazy or whatever, and
mhm.
also a drunk. He kind of felt bad for her and pitied her, but like Anna shouldn't be in a relationship with Tom if he's gonna care that much about his ex-wife.
I know, see, exactly, and every time she got upset, because I mean, literally, Rachel was low-key stalking Anna and doing some
Yes.
weird stuff to her and, like, scaring her, and every time Anna would talk to Tom about it, Tom was like, "No, like, this is okay," and it made me angry because 'cause I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the mistress, but, like, you're, like, gaslighting her into believing it's fine when this
But
lady
it's
literally
not
kidnapped your
fine.
baby."
Yes.
Literally stolen your child, even though it was only for a few minutes in the backyard. Still stole the child, doesn't matter.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. But, like, to go back to the whole, like, looking at people on the train and stuff and, like, giving names to Megan and Scott, I can kind of like, I know you said that's kinda weird, but, like, I can see it as, like, have you ever, like, or, like, watched something or read a book or something, and, they talk about people watching and, like, coming up with scenarios for, like, those people
Yes.
and, like, what they are?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kinda like the same concept where it's kinda just, like, you're just people watching and you,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, that's literally what she was doing. Like, if you like boil it down to the basics, she was people watching one specific house,
yeah,
which
which is
I
a
thought it
little
was a weird
creepy.
twist. Yeah, of course it's creepy. I thought it was a weird twist where it was like, oh, she passes by this neighborhood. Oh, she used to live here. And I'm like, that's totally different things because, like, that used to be your neighborhood, you know?
Right. And which is also scary because I remember sometime later in the book, she also says, like, "Oh, well, like, this house is just a couple down from my old house, and I know how the layout of that house is, so this is probably gonna be very similar." And I'm like, "That's creepy."
That's scary.
And now that I think about it, like, one of the things that my husband keeps complaining about is how they're building all these, like, developments all, like, throughout the
Yeah,
area,
subdivisions
and
and
how
stuff.
every single house basically looks just about the same, and I'm like, now I kind of get why. I mean, I get it, it's not, like, unique or anything in any way, but, like, if you think about it, like, if every single house is the same, that makes it very easy to rob or
Oh,
something.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because every layout's going to be the same. Like that's why you'd want that kind of like unique
Yes.
twist to your
That
house or
and
something.
these people who are building the subdivisions have this model house that you can walk through that usually has like an office in it for them to like sell the houses in kind of deal.
Hmm.
And like they're all built to model that one. And I'm like, literally, you could pretend to be interested in the house, walk through, and then know exactly where you need to go if you were to rob the place of any of the houses
That's
that were built
that's
like it. That's so crazy to me.
that's yeah, no. Now I've like just like I've like liked the idea of like living in a house like in a neighborhood like that, but like now I've just convinced myself I don't want that anymore.
I know. Like those and townhouses are all so similar on the inside, if not exactly the same.
No, for real. I used to live in a townhouse and thinking about it now, I'm like, wow, that's like so unsafe.
Yeah. I'll take my old house that's possibly falling apart just a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
At least it's unique.
Yeah, right. Hey, I mean, if it's falling apart, that's just booby traps.
Hey, you know what? You're so right. No, we got to replace one of the floors in our house, and I'm not looking. Two of them actually probably need to be replaced, and I'm not looking forward to that when we have to do that one day.
Well, you can steal my husband to help. I'm sure I can force him to help.
He probably figured it out. No, I
Well,
got
he's listening
my
right now.
uncle.
You know what? Hey, babe.
Hey, yeah, how much do you love
Hey.
me?
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
You can go help him.
so she was riding past in the train and saw Megan or
Hmm.
Jess kiss a man that wasn't her husband and was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to help him. I have to go to the police because that's logical. I mean, I guess I'm gonna go to the cops every time I find somebody cheating on their spouse."
Right.
And then a part of that note also said like it's hard keeping characters straight as of right now because this was still pretty early into the book, but
Yeah.
it's just because there was like five people, six if you count the baby. So there's like six characters you had to keep up with the names of, plus two of
Yes.
them had two names. And so
Yes.
I had an incredibly hard time trying to keep up with who was who. Like I had to write down notes on who was who with who.
Yes. That it took me a minute too, because I was just like, there's so many people and
Yes.
so many names. It was kind of making my head spin, almost kind of in a good way. I mean, I wrote down it was in a good way,
Hmm.
but I mean, kind of reflecting on it, I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, that kind of I can see it not
It
being
was
the
very
case.
confusing. See, I felt like reading it would have been easier, but like we did the audio, I did the audiobook.
I did the audio too.
Okay, so I thought, and then it's like it's harder because I'm like, okay, who's who, what, huh, who?
Yes. The other thing with her seeing Megan every day on the train, because they have the whole story about how she died and like something happened to her, or because she went missing,
Yeah,
whichever one it was, or they found her body. Maybe she just went missing.
I think she went missing. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
they
she
found the
went
body.
missing. They weren't sure what happened to her. And like the whole thing with like anybody going missing after like a certain amount of time, that she's basically declared dead. And I don't remember how long it was that she's missing, but she
After
sees
48
Megan.
hours.
She's missing for however long, and she sees her every day on the train. So she's like key to this mystery because she sees her every day, but
Mm-hmm.
she's drunk all the time. And that pissed me off a lot because it's
Yes.
like you could be helping with this situation because you might have some intel,
Yeah.
but you consistently keep drinking.
To like not even just drinking, but getting blackout drunk.
Yes.
All the like multiple I think it happened like at least three or four times in the span of this book, just getting like I mean, I think she was constantly drinking. I think like even on the train, she was buying alcohol to drink it from like a paper bag on the train and stuff. But
Maybe.
yeah, so
But yeah.
this girl seems coco loco. She got blackout drunk and is having brief memories of the night that Megan went missing, possibly being the one who kidnapped slash murdered her. Because like at that point, we didn't know if she's dead or not.
Right. But I think around like 34% of the way into the book, I wrote 34%,
Yes.
is when like I started making like a prediction of like, oh, well, maybe, you know, she isn't happy with the fact that like Megan was cheating on her husband because she saw that he was cheating, or she was cheating because she saw some other man
Yeah.
and her together on their balcony. And she was like, I can't believe like you are cheating on your husband like that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe there was like some resentment over the fact that her husband cheated on her.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
she was like,
Projecting.
I'm gonna kill you because how could you ruin your perfect relationship like that?
Yeah.
So like that was like my first thought, which ended up being wrong, by the way.
Mm. Yeah. I know all my predictions were wrong for this one too. I was not expecting it.
But it's just the fact that like Rachel was just drunk all the time. And she was just like, oh, I remember this thing, but I can't really remember it. Let me just go get drunk. And then like she'll kind of like I don't know if she'll lose everything, but like because she was drunk all the time, like she was never able to remember anything. And that got really frustrating throughout the entire book. It's just like she couldn't remember, but she kept drinking, thinking it would make it better, but it's not.
Mhm.
So she needs to stop drinking. Go to an AA meeting, girl.
Yeah.
The other thing I didn't like is like they were all like, I mean, I understand like her being drunk all the time, bad thing, should try to like figure out a way to help her or something.
Mhm.
But they also kept calling Rachel fat, and that really bothered me because like
Yeah,
Anna
they
would call
kept
her
calling her
fat,
fat.
Tom would call her
Yes.
fat, other people would just call her fat, and like they kept calling her fat, and that really bothered me because it's like, how is that helping the situation in
Mhm.
any way, shape, or form? Like she's already crazy and trying to steal babies
Yeah.
from like their homes and stalking and being drunk all the time, and now you're like going off calling her fat and
Mhm.
bullying her. So like that's not helping.
That's not helping anything. Like her like depression.
One of
This
the other things, well, go ahead.
mm, this book has given me the creeps because I live on a busy road and it makes me wonder how many strangers know bits about my life just from driving past. Like
Yeah,
Rachel was on the train. Like
that's why I'm
the
kind of glad my house is so far away from the road.
yeah. I know mine's like right there on it almost, and I hate living this close to the road, especially because it's always so busy.
One of the things that Anna said, probably around like 50% of the way through, is that she misses being the mistress sometimes.
Yes.
And she was just like, like it was really fun. And I can kind I mean, let's get this straight. I would never cheat.
Yes. But I get
Never,
where she was coming from.
but I get from where she was coming from because it's like, like, oh, like
The spontaneity and like the
spontaneity and
yeah,
the secrets and
the
stuff like
thrill,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, like she misses having the thrill of like that. And it's like, I get that. I wouldn't want to be a mistress, but I can understand missing the thrill.
Yeah, but I don't know the reason why like it kind of like rubbed me the wrong way like her doing that because I'm like she shattered this woman's entire world. And then
Yes.
she's like, "Oh, I miss it so much. It was so fun. I had such a blast." And I'm like, "You literally ruined this woman's life." And you're just like in your head, you're thinking, "I was so cool for that." And I'm like, "No, you weren't." Don't be a homewrecker.
No, don't do it. Not worth it. Because you know what? If you're gonna be a home wrecker, well, you're not even the one that's wrecking the home. It's the person who's cheating.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna be involved in that situation and you end up with the person who's cheating, who's the home wrecker, who's the actual home wrecker, they're gonna home wreck you.
I know, literally my mom has always told me like don't ever be with a guy that's willing to cheat because if he's willing to cheat with you, he's willing to cheat on you.
Exactly.
And so like
Which guess
any
what?
what?
That's what Tom did.
Oh yeah, literally no, he was like, "Oh yeah, like oh, I love you. Let me leave my wife." And then now he's immediately not like immediately, but I think after a while like he sought out Megan, which that kind of relates to the note I was talking about a minute ago. So
Hmm.
and like Megan had like a flashback, right? Where she was like she had a baby and
Yes.
she accidentally let the baby drown. Is the guy that she had a baby with that disappeared was actually Tom? Like that's where my mind went. That's where I was like, okay,
No.
maybe it was Tom. Like I don't think it was.
Different guy. I don't remember his name because they only mentioned him like a couple times, but it was a
Yeah.
completely different guy. And
See,
he
it was
was
being real
distraught over.
sketchy about his name. Like it would not say his name. It just kept
No,
saying
I think
like
it
the
said his
guy.
name.
I don't know, not like right off the bat. That's why I kept
It
thinking maybe
was
it's Tom.
it was maybe mentioned like twice,
Yeah.
but it was she was with a different guy, and he was pretty distraught and upset over the fact that they lost their kid, and they did hide the fact that that happened
Yes. Yeah.
because it was a big thing, and it was an accident. She was, I think she
Hired or
was probably
something.
had like PPD,
Yeah.
and she was just so exhausted that it happened,
Yeah.
and she was distraught about it, and so like getting with Scott and
Because
doing all
wasn't he
that.
wanting a baby? Like Scott, wasn't he wanting them to have one and she didn't because of that?
Yes,
Which is
but
valid. That's
which
completely valid.
oh, valid, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And so, like, if she might have told him that that happened, then I think he'd probably be way more understanding.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, come later, we find out that she's actually pregnant, but it's not with
Mhm.
his baby, it's with Tom's baby because she was
Yes.
cheating on Scott with Tom. So there was like a double cheating thing going on there.
Exactly. Yeah. Honestly, like this book, I would not recommend to anybody who has a infidelity
Yes.
because that is not mentioned in the trigger warnings.
Is it? Yes, it is.
there's infertility, but there's no
Oh,
infidelity. There's no like
well,
cheating, which is crazy to me because like how has people read this and not been like, yeah, there's like heavy cheating.
60% of the way through my prediction was that it was Tom.
Hmm.
I didn't know why it could have been Tom, but it kind of like felt right, and I was
Hmm.
actually correct. Crazy, because that never happens. One of the crazy things is that Rachel ends up going to Megan's therapist,
Yes.
which I'm like that. Like, why are you
That's
trying to play investigator on that?
yeah. She really was trying to get in the investigation, and like the is didn't it mention in this book, but like also general rule in life, people who try to become involved in the investigation should be in the investigation, like they should be investigated.
She was though.
Yeah, I know, yeah, but like the way that she was like, I know I probably shouldn't because then they're gonna think it's me, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And I'm like, girl, no, you're gonna like screw your life up even further.
Exactly. Like, especially with you being a drunk, everyone's going to be pointing fingers at you because they're going to
Oh
be like,
yeah,
maybe she was like so blackout drunk that she forgot.
exactly.
But they, all the officers, every time they come to talk to her about things, they're like, it's kind of weird that you keep trying to talk to us about this thing
I
and you
know.
can't give us any information about it.
I know that's
But like
crazy.
keep saying you know something, but you can't tell us what thing you know. You're like, you're lying to us.
Literally, that was pissing me off. She was like, "Oh, I know so much information that you would like to know," but then she'd be like, "Oh, I can't tell you though, I promised." And I'm like, "Girl,
Like, you're not helping.
I know. Get out of
But
here."
let's see. So Tom ends up being the one that kills Megan because she tells him that she's pregnant. And he was like, well, you'll be an unfit mother. And because I guess he knew
Rude.
about
Yeah.
the whole Libby situation. Libby was the name of her daughter. I remember
Hmm.
that. And so he didn't want that. And I think he knew that if she came out as being pregnant, which she was probably planning on pretending that it was Scott's baby because she knows how much Scott wanted a baby.
Hmm.
But I think she also was like, maybe he will leave Anna to be with me.
Hmm.
I forget what it was, but she didn't want to get rid of the baby. And he was like, you need to get rid of the baby.
Yeah,
And she was like,
especially
no,
because
like,
he's like, "You're gonna ruin my life because I'm married and I have a child," and she was like, "Well, so
so, like, you already ruined your life once before because you were married
yeah,
before. Like,
oh right,
but he ends up killing her. And that all comes to light. And Anna knows like something's up and something's weird. So,
yes,
because Rachel ends up talking to her and she's like, there's something going on. Like, I don't know what it is. And Anna, for some reason, gets like super curious because she's like, what if she's right? And ends
hmm,
up going through Tom's gym bag because she realizes Tom said, like, oh, I'm going to the gym, but he didn't bring his gym bag. So she goes searching through his gym bag and finds that extra phone. And he finds some voicemails and stuff that pretty much was like, oh, like, and text messages
hmm,
from like his talking to like Megan, so she kind of like put the puzzle pieces together. And then Rachel just suddenly remembers everything, and she's just like, "Oh my gosh, I remember seeing Tom dragging Megan away, and
hmm,
he was yelling at me. And that's the reason why he was yelling at me because he saw me with her, or
yes,
I saw him with her, and." The whole time, like she remembers this memory, but she thought the entire time that it was Anna because Anna
hmm,
wore like a similar dress at one point in time. So she's like, oh, it's Anna. And that's why he's yelling at me. But no, it's actually Megan.
hmm. So it was Tom that had killed Megan, right? Not Scott.
Yes,
That's what I thought. Okay. I thought the ending was really bizarre. It was so out
it
of left
was.
field because
It
I'm like, oh, like I'm
was.
speculating, I'm guessing, completely wrong about everything. Oh my gosh, it couldn't get worse. There it is.
Yeah.
So Tom had killed Megan, and then didn't he? Yeah, he also trapped Anna and Rachel in a house, and then tried to
Yes.
kill Rachel, but then Rachel killed him with a corkscrew, and then Anna made sure that he was dead by twisting it further in. And
Oh,
I'm like, girl,
that like gave me the shivers
me
because the
too.
idea of thinking about that happening, I was just like,
Made
ugh,
your skin crawl a little bit.
a
Yeah.
little bit. I was just like, I don't like that. I don't like that description at
I
all.
know. It was so detailed, and I'm like, I don't have to know this.
Yeah,
I,
and
I like thrillers, but don't go into detail.
which is interesting because it's like they did this outside in their backyard, and like, how
Yes.
did people not see this
And like a
happen?
subdivision.
Yes,
That's what I don't understand. It's literally a subdivision. All the backyards are connected,
yes,
unless they had like the tall wooden fences. But even then, you can most of the time see through the slats on those.
yes. And one of my last note on that, or like my last note in general, but my note on that is that like Tom dying by corkscrew is like really giving like the song Two Black Cadillacs by Carrie Underwood.
Yes.
Because it's just like they're going to pretend like they're gonna show up to his funeral dressed in black, and
Mhm. Which
they
I'm
were
pretty
like the
sure they
ones that did
did.
it, you know?
Yeah.
So I was just like, that this it's giving that. And I'm really glad that the police decided that it was all in self-defense.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just wish, I don't know if they actually turned him in for killing Megan. I remember they found her body at the end though.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't know if they, yeah, they did because they did a paternity test on the baby that she was pregnant with, and
It was
Scott was upset
his.
because he found out that it wasn't his.
Yeah.
So,
Man, I feel bad for him.
me too. Like he's the real loser in this whole situation.
Yeah.
Like his wife goes missing. He finds out she's pregnant. Finds out it's not his baby, and at the time
Mhm.
before his marriage, after before she went missing, she was cheating on him. And so like his whole entire life just shattered.
I know.
And then there's a
Man.
crazy woman who keeps coming to his house and trying to like befriend him because she's trying to investigate the whole situation.
Yeah.
Like terrible.
I know. I feel so bad. I felt so bad. Even though he's like a fake, character, but like I still felt really bad for him because
Yes.
I'm like, man, this poor dude
Yes.
just probably wanted to live happily ever after, and now all this stuff happens.
Did you like low key kind of ship? Wow, that's like a 2016 word, but like low key like ship Scott and Rachel together in a
Yes, I
way.
did.
Like I was kind of just like it would be really nice if like he was able to like help her and like get rid of her alcoholism and all
Yeah,
that
like very
stuff.
like
Like
full circle.
that'd be a really cute thing. He'd get with
Yeah,
someone who's like not going to cheat on him and everything.
yeah.
But that's
Um,
all I got.
that's all I got too. This book
Um,
was definitely very like sad
it
and also like
was.
thrilling. It was sad and
Yes.
thrilling.
Big
Yeah.
thriller. The whole reason why I wanted us to read it, or just for me to read it in general, is because I knew there was a movie based off of it.
Ooh, so tell me to watch a
So
movie.
I saw that it was on like Libby and available like immediately. So I was just like, well, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, we can do that. And I can watch the movie now finally. Cause I remember seeing the ads for it back in like, I think it was like 2013 when it was coming out,
Yeah.
something like that, but
Man,
whatever it
it's that
was.
old?
Yeah, we're old.
Man, that does seem like old, but like it's not.
It's old, but it's not. Ugh.
That's
Okay.
gross.
But it's fine. It's fine.
We're okay. We're still alive. We're here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, what are your
What
buzzwords or
my
comments?
my comments are it felt really long.
Hmm.
I kept getting frustrated over Rachel's alcoholism. It really
Yes.
mm. And the ending had me on my toes.
Yes. Yeah, mine were interesting, creepy, and also depressing.
And what was your rating?
4.
I gave it a 4 too.
Ooh.
Wow, matchy
Yeah,
matchy.
I really like not enough to like I probably recommend it to people, but not a lot, you know,
I'm
just
surprised I gave it as
because
high as I did. I think I kind of like shit on books a lot.
not even really that it was bad, just because all the triggers are in it. I don't know anyone that's okay with infidelity and child loss and alcoholism. Like everyone that I know has got one or all of those icks, which I don't like child loss. That's like it very briefly touched on it. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
super duper detailed or super duper long, which I appreciated because if it was any longer, I would not have been able to continue, or I would have like probably skipped past it because like I don't like child loss in books. It makes me really upset.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was in there when I read the book.
Yeah.
I am glad that it like briefly touched on that. And it kind of
Yeah.
like added a little bit to the story and everything.
Yes. Yeah. More like
Uh
backstory.
yeah. I'm just surprised that I gave it as high as I did. I'm gonna stick with it. But like because it was like so long, like the whole entire time I do remember like thinking like this could be a lot shorter than it is, but like the whole
Yes.
thing, one of the things that I did dislike about it is that it really honed in on her blacking out all the time. And I'm like,
Yeah.
we don't it would be a little bit more interesting and I probably would have given it a 5 if she wasn't so blackout drunk all the time in the book.
Yeah. And if she wasn't like so confused all the time.
Yes. Like that annoyed me.
Yeah. I did like the plot twists though, like the
The plot
several of
twists
them.
were really good. I
They
liked
were.
that.
Yes, they were very good. Yes, I do recommend this book. I just don't know. I would be careful who I recommend it to.
Yes.
Like because of the triggers and stuff, and definitely be sure to tell them that there's a lot of infidelity. Like it's like
Yes. Yes, yes,
98%
yes.
infidelity.
Pretty much. That and alcoholism. If that's a
Yeah.
trigger of yours, like those are the top two.
Yeah. But as for now, we have a spin wheel. Would you like me to spin it?
Yes, yes, yes. I don't even know what you put on the spin wheel, but let's
I You want me to tell you or you just want to be surprised?
Let's just be surprised. It'll be
All right,
fun.
let's go. Well, you'll be surprised. I won't be. I'll put them on there.
Yeah, right.
It is. Stop.
What is it?
Stop. Okay, it's Hard as Wood by GM.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I've already read that one, but I'll read it again. It's short.
Me
That's
too.
so.
I think we were talking about what books we can do for it, and like this is like one we brought up like maybe like 2 hours ago.
I know, like you literally just put this one on here.
I think it's fitting because we did something very like thrillery. Now we need something very dirty.
Plus, it's short, so like we'll have time to
It's
read it
short.
and maybe
Yes.
record sooner than a month from now.
Yes, exactly. And it's at least
Is
interesting enough for me to definitely read it fairly quickly.
All right. Thank you for listening to this episode of Bibliophiles Audio Files. Next time, we will have a special treat, probably, if we can get it scheduled. I
Maybe
don't
not
know if
next
you want
time, but we'll find out.
yeah, we'll
We
schedule
got we
that.
got a special treat.
If you would like to find us online, we are on Instagram as Biblio Audio Pod. We have a website that is linked there, and an email as well if you are a author or if you are just, a rando and want to recommend a book, you can email us that. Or if you're an author, we would love to do an interview with you or read one of your books if you recommend them.
Yep.
And that's it.
That's all she
Bye-bye.
wrote. Bye.